class, I had discussed about 3 experiments, and in that I had once again revised free jet and wall jet experiment, right? And how to do the calculation and all. I had mentioned it. Now it has been updated in your LMS, right? So you can just go to your LMS and you can have your 2 new assignments. So you got 2 new assignments now. So what are the what to do, and what is your sample sheet? And with the help of sample sheet, you can just copy down the given data, and you will, when you copy and paste it in this sample sheet, you will get all the answers. And after getting the answers, you just go for working out the graph. So for free jet, graph is there,
Sir,
and for wall jet, graph is there. Yes, Jatin?
sir, can you open a sample sheet, sir? Like for example, how to work it out?
Right. In last class itself, I told you about this. Right. So
Sir,
your
this is the
sample
first
sheet.
class.
Yes, for free jet experiment I am doing. So this is your to-do sheet. Okay, so all the calculation graphs has been done only in this sheet, right? And yes, so all the calculation you have to do in this sheet only, right? And you will be having graph sheet, right? So you have to duplicate this graph, okay? Because in this experiment, okay, I had given for various position, various velocity I has been given. So this is your assignment submission sheet, okay? So in this, you will be having readings. So what are the readings taken for 100 volt? So for that, yes. So these are the given data. Right. Okay. So for various position like a 0 meter, 3 meter, and for 6 meters, and for 9 meters, and then for 12 centimeters. Okay. So for each different exposition, you will be having this velocity reading. Now what you have to do is you have to just copy down all the readings, right? You have to copy all the cells and you have to just paste this cell here. Okay, so leave that tool and all. Okay, and you have to copy this and you have to just paste these values here. Not like the first 2 cells, the last 2 cells, last 2 columns, only these 2 columns. Okay, just make Control C and then do the operation here. So this H1 H2 for each position of H1 H2, this is the H1 H2. We have to paste it. So after pasting, all the values has been automatically calculated. So as per the formula, right? V is equal to root of, so square root of 2 into G 9.81 into the H. So what is H? H is nothing but this small h multiplied by, okay, rho W by rho R, rho R minus 1. Okay. So all the velocity has been calculated and then you have to do the graph. So we had a calculated for this position, for X position as 0 and the Y position, for this Y position you had calculated. And now in this experiment, what you have to do? So you have to just copy these first 5 readings. Okay. And then in this graph too, you have to paste it. Right. So your values has been changed. Okay. So your values has been changed here. Right. Now you have to create another duplicate graph like this. Right. Using move or copy. Just you are creating a copy of this. Right. So, and then once again, next 5 values or next 6 values. So first 5 values and then next 5 values. Okay, just copy down. And then for graph 3, we're just pasting it. Right, and you are finding the velocity profile. So you will be seeing here that the velocity profile is going to change in every axis, right? So you will be found the maximum velocity at the center, and the velocity is decreasing and then increasing. So like this, we will be having some variation. So for each 5 readings, you have to draw the graph like this. So duplicate the chart, and then, or else you may just copy is the best example. So create a copy and then click OK. And again, you are doing the same for next 5 readings, copy down. And you have to do it for graph 4. Press values. Right? Is it very easy to understand? And you can follow this technique for each 5 readings. So you have to put graph of like how many readings. So it's like 125. So 125 divided by 5. So you should plot around what 50 graphs. So 50 graphs you have to plot. Right, for all readings you have to just generate it, and you have to save this Excel sheet, right? And then you can go to submissions. And you have to go to the submission now. So after saving that Excel sheet, you have to go for submission, right? You have to go for submission. So that is your experiment. That's all about this FreeJet experiment. You have to do the same for WallJet also, right? For the WallJet, you will be having the same sheet. So for WallJet experiment, calculation readings are there. So you have to just copy down last 2 columns and copy and paste it in this Excel sheet. Okay, that is in sample sheet. And then you will find all the values, and then you found the graph sheet. Okay, in that graph sheet, you just copy and duplicate the graph sheet, and you have to plot the same set of graph. Like in FreeJet, you will be working out for 50 graphs, and you will be having different readings. But here in WallJet, I had given only the least amount of readings. Let me check here. So WallJet experiment is easy compared to FreeJet experiment because the values are given in simple form, right? For 80 and 70. So you got only 2 set of experiments, right? So WallJet is very easy. With the help of 2 set of experiment, you can plot only 2 graphs. That's it. And other than you are going to draw. You are going to draw only 2 graphs in WallJet. And 2 graphs is said to be called as contour plot. Okay, I can show you in the sample sheet. So this is your sample sheet for 90. Okay, already reading is there. For 80 and 70, I had given. And for 100, 110, I didn't give the values. Okay, but you can leave those things, and you can select only for 80 and 70. Okay, that is set to be the angle of flat ball. So for that, what will be the variations in reading? So this is the graph. That is the pressure distribution on WallJet. So you can just copy and paste the values, and you will see the variation changes. Okay, so you can to plot 2 graphs, so that we just right click and make the command graph 1, create a copy, and then the another graph sheet has been created, right? Okay, and you have to copy and paste the values, of the corresponding experimental value, right? So here, these readings has to be copied and pasted, and when you copy and paste it here, okay, we will get the pressure distribution chart. Just all the settings are resumed here, and what you have to do is you have to use the data book. That is, the given data has been given, so that given data has to be pasted here, right? In 80 and in 70, you have to copy and paste it. When you copy and paste it, all the values has been calculated here, and after this, you have to copy and paste it in this graph, and you will obtain the pressure distribution on wall set, right? Is it clear? Right. So for these two experiments, you could be able to download this, and you have to submit it on the assignment to-do list. So in this to-do list, you have to submit it. So here calculation to be done for free jet experiment. Here to-do list is for calculation to be done for wall jet experiment, right? So I had given the assignment date and timing for free jet. For free jet, the last date for assignment submission is on 15th August. Okay, so on your 15th August. Okay, and then for wall jet experiment, you will be submitting on Saturday, that is 21st August, right? Okay, so make some time, spend some time with the submission of this Excel sheet. Only thing, you are going to submit only the one Excel sheet, that is the calculation sheet which has been done, and then graph sheet which has been done. You have to upload that graph sheet in this submission sheet. Okay, so conversion nozzle calculation. So I will show you. Right, so this is your conversion nozzle calculation table. So here we will be having for different voltage like 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200 volt. Okay, we are just calculating the orifice velocity, and like orifice velocity, we are going to check the velocity at waterhead. That is, what is the exit flow velocity using metastatic tube. So your H1 is said to be a static port, and H2 is said to be the bitter port, where you are getting the value of H1 and H2. Now, on getting these values, you will be calculating small h, and then you are calculating the capital H, and you are finding the velocity. So here, when you are checking the velocity, so the orifice velocity is about 16.3, but your free jet velocity is 15.5. So you can see here how much is the difference, right? So there will be a heavy losses throughout the nozzle. So inside that, what will be the nozzle losses? It will be considered as an static poles. So we have how many static poles? So we have 10 different static ports. So in that 10 different static ports, we have to calculate 10 different readings. So while calculating, I am getting 10 different readings, and I am calculating the pressure now, right? So for pressure, for calculating pressure, it is very simple that we can estimate from O8. Okay, so here this O8 is said to be the H value. So H value is in centimeters, so that you are converting into meters, and multiply with density of water by density of air -1, and then multiplied by G into H. That is the value of density rho as 1.22 multiplied by 9.81. So rho G H is the formula. You are directly substituting the value of H here, and rho is 1.22, and then G is 9.81, because the velocity of flowing fluid is said to be air. So since it is air, you have to multiply with 1.22, right? And you are getting the answer of pressure, static pressure in Pascal. And you will see here, so we have the high static pressure initially, and this static pressure is going to be increases throughout the section. Yes, and this static pressure has been increased throughout the section. So when static pressure has increased throughout the section, you will find the graph. So we will be having static pressure first, which has been estimated from the given region of point X for position X is from 2 to 20 of different length. Okay, I am calculating the value of static pressure and we will estimate the dynamic pressure. So dynamic pressure is nothing but the total pressure, outer atmospheric pressure is 101325 minus C4, that is static pressure. So atmospheric pressure minus static pressure gives the dynamic pressure. So you have been calculating the value of dynamic pressure and you will check the values of dynamic pressure. So dynamic pressure for a subsonic convergent nozzle, okay, the dynamic pressure decreases. As dynamic pressure decreases, your velocity is increasing, right? And then while you talk about the static pressure is getting increased in nozzle. So static pressure increases and dynamic pressure decreases. So as the net and the dynamic pressure decreases, we will be telling that the velocity is increasing throughout the duct. So for one reading, I am calculating this graph. Okay, and for remaining reading, you have to calculate, right? So for 100 and for 120 volt, 140 volt, you have to calculate. So for that, I am having convergent nozzle assignment, right? So here, this convergent nozzle assignment, okay. So here you will be having the values of H1, H2, RPZ, velocity head H1, H2, and then 10 readings for 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, and 200. For each voltage, okay, you will be having different RPZ, different velocity head, and a different pressure reading head. Now, with the help of this, you are going to plot. Okay, plot the different positions with respect to X, Y, and Z in this graph, right? Okay, you will be estimating and you will be checking the value of dynamic pressure and the static pressure. So when we talk about static pressure increases on the subsonic nozzle and the dynamic pressure decreases. So for each value, you have to predict this graph, and the same graph has been estimated by copy and pasting all these values here from 100 to 200. Okay, H1 is to RPZ and H1 is to velocity head, and I will be calculating the value of H1 to H10. I have to copy and paste here, and you will find all the pressure distribution in the convergent nozzle. After finding it, you have to copy and paste here all the values of static pressure, and you will get the value of dynamic pressure, and then you will edit the graph. So you have to do it for how many different readings. So for this, you have to draw how many sheets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 sheets of graph should be coming here for this each reading. Because yeah, I had been asked for 6 readings. So for these 6 readings, 6 graph sheets are obtained from this result. And you will be getting the 6 graphs of results where 2 graphs has been carried in each graph sheets. Yes, you may check here. So one is static pressure and the other one is dynamic pressure. So similarly, you have to do this for the remaining calculation. So in the same way, you will be trying to continue for diffuser also. Right? So we have divergent diffuser calculation, right? So I had explained you in the video that when you reverse the nozzle, then it becomes as a divergent diffuser. And I have been told you that there will be the increase in dynamic pressure. As dynamic pressure increases, what happens to the remaining, right? Right now, we will be having this value of H1, H2, and all these things are there, right? And I am having these pressure at readings, and I'm having the graph now. Yeah, here you may see the dynamic pressure. Dynamic pressure increases. And what about the static pressure? Static pressure decreases. See here from position 0 to, that is from 2 meters length, we will be having the decrease in static pressure. And here we will be having the increase in static pressure. So, increase in dynamic pressure. So this has been attained in diffuser section only. As pressure increases across the divergent diffuser, what happens? Right, this is the study we have been conducted for diffuser section, and this is a study which we have been conducted for nozzle section also, right? So like nozzles, for diffuser, you will be having the calculation. So to do, we have the divergent diffuser assignment. Right. So for the same readings for 100 to 200 volt, we will be checking the value of orifice head, velocity head, and a pressure head reading. Okay. And after checking these values, you have to copy and paste this in that to-do list Excel sheet, and you will find 6 different graph sheets where you will going to justify the pressure across the nozzle. That is pressure across the diffuser is increasing. Okay, in the diffuser, and then in nozzle pressure decreases, so that velocity increases.